Arkansas survived. Arkansas won 72-68 to advance to the next round of the SEC tournament. Feel pretty good about where they stand in terms of the NCAA tournament field. Now they could not afford a catastrophic loss, which should not have been in the cards when they were up 20 with 17 minutes to play. And then it was very much in the cards. Do you take away more the fact that Arkansas controlled this game for, say, 25 minutes, or more about the fact that they went almost 10 without a bucket?
Um, I mean, I think both are a tale of Arkansas, right? Like, if we're being completely honest,
Yeah.
that both are a reality of who Arkansas is. Um, Arkansas survived. I think that's my takeaways. They survived. They won the game they needed to win to clinch their turning berth. It's not what you want to say about a Calipari team, but given, I mean, their best player is out for the season in Boogie Plan, at least their best player, in my opinion, is out for the season. And where they were 2 months ago, it's relative. So I think they got the job done that they needed to get done.
Yep.
That's a bit of my focus in terms of it. And if they go 10 minutes without scoring again, they will lose.
They will. I thought this game was a perfect microcosm for both teams, honestly, because we saw like the good Arkansas that shows up from time to time, and then we saw the one that you wonder why they hired John Calipari, where they go 10 minutes without scoring and they just look completely stuck in the mud and they don't know what they're doing. On the
Right.
South Carolina side of things, you saw the team that won 2 games in conference play. Then you saw the team that had so many close games against the best teams in the league. Then you also saw why they couldn't win any of those games because when it got to a 1 point game, they they just shit the bed. There were air balls, there was overpassing, there was missed layups, there were no box outs on the defensive end. Like the little things that flip this game are the things that have plagued South Carolina all season long. And Arkansas was the had got the advantage based off of those things because I do think a better team closes in that situation. But this is why South Carolina was a 16 seed in the SEC.
Yeah. No, I mean, I agree. I mean, you kind of get a microcosm of who they are. I don't think you have to worry about them making a crazy run in this tournament, if that's a takeaway. But I do think, um, is that Colin Murray Boyle's mom or girlfriend they kept showing?
Mom, I'm pretty sure. His girlfriend, at least last year, plays on the women's team. I don't know this year. I'm not up to date on Colin Murray Boyle's dating life.
I think that was his girlfriend. Then they kept showing somebody every time he scored, and I was like, "We get it. He has like family in attendance. Like
Well,
because
to be fair,
he just
this
keeps
is
scoring."
this was probably his last game in college.
Fair. That's fair. That's a great point actually. But like I mean, he went on like a personal 10-0 run, and they just kept showing whoever it was, and I'm like, "Hey, we get it. Like we get it." Like I mean, Colin Murray Bowles is really, really good, but I just feel like they played against the South Carolina team I think higher up than most. That's probably your fault, to be fair. And I mean, they dominated them, and then they just they got Colin Murray Boyles, I guess. That's an NBA guy who kind of
Yeah,
took the game over when they couldn't score, and um, it's going to be a problem if they can't score again. But at the same time, how many dudes across the rest of the SEC tournament are they playing that are that much better than Colin Murray both individually? You're
right.
playing every team is better than South Carolina, but it's a short list of players that I think individually they're going to play against that are better than Colin.
Murray Boyles is a matchup problem for everybody,
Right.
but I think particularly for Arkansas, we saw it in the first game too, where he had like 35 points. Where Arkansas is very distinguished in terms of they have their guards and they have their bigs. There's not a lot of like tweeners or wings in that mix, right? And the bigs are physical bigs or Big Z, who's 7'2", right? So there's not the middle guys who can keep up with the speed of somebody like Murray Boyles and deal with the strength. And there's Benny Boy. But to me, that's been an issue for them the 2 times they've played South Carolina is that you have this guy who is too big for your guards and is sorry. You have this guy who's too big for your guards and is too quick for your big men. Like Arkansas does not have the ability to adequately match up with him.
Yeah,
We've
I
seen that
mean,
over we've seen that over 80 minutes now.
realistically, who has the ability to match up with Colin Murray Boyles in the country? Um, he's getting ready to go be one of 300 players at the highest level of the sport, 3 months from now. I think what happened to Arkansas is something you don't want to replicate. I don't like the way it happened. If they went through a 10-minute stretch in the first half where they didn't score, I think I'd think of it more positively. That's going to sit in their brain a little bit. Also, uh, did you see this? Um, when Arkansas was up three with 2.5 seconds left, do you know what Calipari told John L. Davis to do?
I mean, I saw he tried to miss it.
Told him to intentionally miss the free throw. When asked about it, his response was, "I do some unconventional stuff." That sure is really unconventional, Cal. They
Just
could have
clinch the
tied the
victory.
game.
Just clinch the victory. That's all you need to do. Just clinch the victory.
I mean, if you
He'll,
feel that way, then it's a win-win situation. You either make
yeah.
the free throw, the game's over, or you miss it and you get the result you wanted anyway. I feel like you don't have to tell John L. Davis to do anything in that spot.
No,
Um, but that's why I love Cal, though. Like, we're so back. We're so back. It's crazy.
we're so back because he's making dumb decisions.
Yep.
Love it. Well,
Yep.
we'll see if he makes any of those dumb decisions when they play Ole Miss. We'll have a full preview for that game on the channel. We deal with distractions here on the Super Media YouTube channel all the time. Make sure you like and subscribe.